Keith Giffen is a writer that's very hit and miss with me. I've read very good stuff with him, and I've read stuff that made me want to burn the book and regret spending money, depending on the size of said book. Such as his DC Wildstorm Dream War crossover. Oh man, I regret buying that. If anyone out there like that, that's fine. God, that was... I'd have a better chance... I'd have spent better money on something else than that. Oh god, I can't even think. But having said that, though, Keith Giffen, like I said, is a very hit-and-miss writer for me, and he can do good work. He has done good work. Don't get... don't count him out. This is one of those said good works. The comic formerly known as the Justice League. This was a lot of fun. This I got, along with its sequel, I Can't Believe It's Not Justice League. Yes, that's the actual title, folks. And I've been reading through that, and that's pretty fun. Expect a review on that as well. But this was pretty fun. The story is about Maxwell Lord, before he got turned evil for no goddamn reason, and shot Ted Kord in the head. That's the other thing I'll bring up about this comic. This comic is so much fun, and it's so self-aware of how, ridiculous this is. And it makes me feel bad because all of these characters right here, all of them you see right here, all of them, after Infinite Crisis and onward, have horrible, horrible lives. Like, everything bad. The only ones who get out of this are, the only people who get out of this is Booster Gold, and Booster Gold and Guy Gardner in the next book, but really, everyone you see here, excluding Guy, well, actually, Captain Atom, too. Yeah, Guy and Captain Atom, everyone, it's bad for them. Because, again, in this pre-52 universe, a lot of bad stuff happens to them. Like, we all know what happens to Ted Kord. We both also know what happens to Ralph and Sue Dibney, as well as Fire, and what happens to Mary Marvel, and yeah, this makes you wish, I wish Infinite Crisis didn't happen, along with a few other events that we kind of wish didn't happen. I don't know about you guys, but as much as I love Geoff Johns, Infinite Crisis is not one of my favorite works from him. I don't know, it just seemed like it was all across the board kind of a mess, especially the Superboy Prime Punch. We can all agree the Superboy Prime... We can all agree that the Superboy Prime Punch was, not great. Anyway, still Geoff Johns, great writer. That's just not one of the works I go to, but I'm getting off topic. Formerly known as Justice League, is the story about Maxwell Lord wanting to make a Justice League team for the common people. And what's he do? He gets all of his most of his contacts from the Justice League International lineup. And most of them have been living pretty kind of shitty lives, and they all just jump at the chance to become, heroes again. It's a lot of fun. This comic, like I said, is hilarious. It's very self-aware, especially the stuff the robot Elron says. The stuff with the robot Elron is freaking hilarious. Like, they do these intros for the characters. They do intros for all these characters, and I started busting out laughing on the bus I was riding home. And everyone was looking at me weird. Now I know how crazy people on bus feels. Oh, man. But yeah, there's just a lot of fun stuff in here. Like Ted Kord, he's dealing with a heart condition, and Booster Booster just wants to be friends again because Ted and Booster were the best of friends, blue and gold. But among other things, we also have Mary Marvel, who fills in for Captain Marvel because Cap wants nothing. Billy wants nothing to do with anything to do with Maxwell Lord. Man, those words become more relevant after Infinite Crisis, don't they? Fire. There's actually something hilarious how Maxwell Lord finds Fire. Apparently what she's been doing since the Justice League International split up, what she's been doing is literally she made her own internet site of her on fire and, nude and on fire, and she's been making a living off of that for millions of dollars. And it turns out she's not really naked, it's just the fire makes her look naked, and And Max says, "We're gonna have to shut this site down if you're gonna be a hero again, because this is gonna ruin your image." Max, I know I don't have an image anymore. I just have millions of overweight people tugging it to my image. I'm paraphrasing the comic, but it's a lot hilarious than what I'm making it out to be. For other things, the main two villains, because there are really in this miniseries there are really just two villains. It's Roulette and Magna Khan, both lesser known villains. Roulette I've known before, and I like what they do and how she has a connection. Because for those who don't know, she's actually the granddaughter of Terry Sloan, who is the original Mr. Terrific, and I like how they kind of have that moment in there of harkening back to that. There's also a pretty cool fight between Captain Atom and Mary Marvel, and this also shows off how powerful the Marvel family is. But yeah, this comic is a barrel of laughs. It's also pretty cheap. The trade I got for $12. Well, it was $22 on a whole for both. Actually, no, 20 was it 22 or 24? Both trades of this and I Can't Believe It's Not Justice League were both about on a whole. They're both $12 separately, and I found them together. So yay me. But yeah, if you can ever find this comic and you're looking for like fun superhero humor, that's it. It does not take itself seriously. I mean, seriously, the first villains they fight are a group of street thugs who went to Harvard. I'm not making this up. And they also have superpowers, so there's also that. Anyway, like I said, if you're a fan of like Booster Gold or Blue Beetle or any of these characters, or just want to have a fun comic book that's just going to have you laugh, I highly recommend picking this comic book up. And as well as its sequel, because even though I haven't read all the way through, I highly recommend that. I Can't Believe It's Not Justice League as well. There's also some really hilarious lines from Batman and Martian Manhunter at the end. I don't want to spoil those. But anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.